at the 21-yard line. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Taylor. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Night.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Watch the twist.
They keep it with Henry on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Switch.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs. And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this. He's crashing. He's checking crash. He's checking. Crash.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's it.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They'll run here with Balaj. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And able to find Conley. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Taylor now off the bootleg. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Ricky. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Now Taylor. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And avoids the contact by sliding. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game. And
that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Like 20. Time's up. Hey, kill.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
The stop made by Jarrell Casey. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Going out. Crunch. Check out.
On the delay, Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ric Flair.
57.
Hey, lift.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
17.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Third down. 3rd and 9.
The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Hold on. Check.
57, Mike 57.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's caught by Parker. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This pass finds its way to Williams, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The sack by Jordan Willis.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Goff. Caught left side. Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Parker unable to get that one.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check it out to 6. Pull it.
Now Taylor to throw. Over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
56, right there, 56. I got you, son. I got you, son.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
On 1st down, it's Henry, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the bootleg, Taylor. Forced out to his left. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And there's Tyrod Taylor doing what he does best. Look, he's taken a few lumps along the way, and some people haven't believed in him, but this is where he excels, outside of the pocket, making plays.
As prolific with his legs as any quarterback in the league?
I would say yes to that.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Taylor will throw. Incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Here's Henry, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Texans push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Goff now looks to throw. Jarrell Casey able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
DC. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Merlin. What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
From his end zone, Goff on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And getting our first update now from Nashville. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey! Check 26, check 3.
They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Push him back. Mike 5-4. Rip left. Hey, watch that. Go. Check right. 54. Mike, 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
For Chris Conley, incomplete. It's second down and 10.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Final play of the half. It's Taylor. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Taywan Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Gone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To the air again. Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff throwing again. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Taylor under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Here's Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Value 3, value 3.
50 seconds, come on.
Stay with your man.
Hey, check Mike, 50 seconds.
Value 1.
Watch the slant.
6.
After the interception, here's Goff. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Marlin. You ain't doing nothing
Check, 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 check.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Good set. 10, touchdown. Hey, that's touchdown. Come on. No, no, no.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set. 60 out low. Check, check. Watch it before. Watch it before. I'm coming for you.
Again, it's Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. Henry. Mike 5-4. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now it's gone. Open man right side is Cup, complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Cooper Kupp, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go.
Henry running right. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. .23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 54 base. 54 Mike. Hey, here we go.
They'll run with Henry. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They run it with Balazs. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Henry. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
Let's
Their
go.
own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First down, Falcons.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
76, tell him. 76. 76. Value 3. Value 3.
A shotgun snap for gone. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Super 1. Super 1.
He's coming. Double up.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now Goff on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Check 31. Check 31.
From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
56. Mike, 56. And we heavy on the
They'll go with Jones. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
8-yard pickup. First down, Atlanta.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Gone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that